You probably sometimes think you're worthless because otherwise you wouldn't have clicked this video. Now, I want to talk about why that is and how you can change that. Look, some of you might have been growing up in a family situation where you constantly hear that you're not good enough, or you're doing things wrong, you're stupid, you're ugly, you can't do this, you can't do that. You heard all these negative thoughts repeatedly over time. And maybe some of you had a good upbringing without these negative beliefs being uttered every single time you failed at something. Maybe it was you yourself who always beat yourself up for failing at something, constantly repeating to yourself that you're not worthy, that you're not good, that you're not lovable. We all are exposed to different types and styles of messages, right? Maybe it was not your parents, but your teachers who told you that you're a failure or that you will never make it. Maybe it was your friends. Maybe it was some random person that you met somewhere who said something really bad to you and you never forgot about that. And you kept repeating these thoughts in your mind day after day after day. Now, thoughts that you repeat over an extended period of time, they tend to turn into beliefs. They become beliefs. Now, the more you repeat the thoughts that perpetuate the beliefs, that perpetuate the negative messages that you reinforce by looking for evidence that supports that belief. If you do this long enough, your beliefs eventually will turn into your identity, and you will have become a person who is unworthy. You will have become a person who is a failure because you have identified with your beliefs. Now, one of the hardest things to do as a human being is to let go of old beliefs, is to let go of older versions of ourselves. Because, quite frankly, we grow an intimate relationship with our beliefs, with our former selves. And it is tremendously scary to let go of those beliefs, of those former selves, because we don't know what is beyond that. There is no security there. It's unknown. Even though these beliefs might be bad and might cause you a lot of suffering, they are still familiar. They are still comfortable. They are what you know. They are what you have repeated day in, day out, or what other people have repeated for you day in, day out. So you grew accustomed, you grew attached to these beliefs, to this identity you created for yourself out of these beliefs. And some of you might have not even created this identity for yourself. It's something that has subconsciously been imposed on you without being even aware that it was happening. Now, I'm here to tell you that you can become aware of these beliefs. You can become aware of the identity you created for yourself, and you can let go. It's not easy. It is simple, but it's not easy. Again, letting go of old beliefs and former selves is very simple, but it's not easy. Now, I want to share with you how I like to address this problem, because I really believe it is a problem that is causing you a lot of unnecessary suffering. I felt unworthy many times in my life. I repeatedly said to myself that I'm a failure, that I am unlovable, unworthy. But at some point I realized this is not really helping me to feel better. Even though it feels familiar, I came to realize that it's not very effective in reaching the goals that I set for myself, in conducting myself in this world in such a manner that I can be proud, and not arrogant, but proud, satisfied, content. These are all emotions that I came to value tremendously, because they are part of what it is to live a peaceful life, to be immersed in a sense of tranquility. I value tranquility tremendously. I want to live peacefully and know my worth, my true worth. And you have a true worth too. You have just been repeating negative thoughts day in, day out for years, which turned into beliefs, which turned into your identity. And that is why you right now sometimes feel like you are unworthy, like you're unlovable. Now, the way to reverse this process, the way to change that, is by first becoming aware that thoughts repeated over time turn into beliefs, which turns into an identity. So you can reverse this process by picking good thoughts, which will turn into good beliefs, which will eventually turn into the identity that you want to embody, right? So be deliberate with the thoughts you pick. Be deliberate with the thoughts you think every single day. And you can make a conscious decision to choose the thoughts you're thinking. Not always, because thoughts come and go. The nature of consciousness is it's in constant flux. And thoughts arise, feelings arise, and as you observe them, they will morph and transform into something else. However, you can deliberately put your attention and focus onto thoughts that are empowering, that are affirming. That is why I am so big on affirmations and journaling daily. You are kind, you are worthy, you are powerful, you are strong. You deserve your own self-respect. You deserve to think thoughts that are empowering. You deserve to forge beliefs that will cause you to do good in this world, that will allow you to connect with other people, that will allow you to be vulnerable with others, to be intimate, to share love, compassion, kindness. You are kind, you are compassionate. You just need to revert the process of all this negative brainwashing that has been going on over the years and years and years. So of course it will not change like that. You'll have to put in the time and the effort. You'll have to practice. You have to deliberately choose the thoughts. Put your focus and attention on the good things and slowly turn them into beliefs and eventually turn them into an identity. Now, the way you can do that is by starting small, pick things that you already believe about yourself. Ask yourself, what am I good at? Maybe you are a good listener. Maybe you are somebody who really cares for their friends. Maybe you believe that you're creative and you can make beautiful art. Pick a few things that you already believe about yourself. Start with those. And every day, I don't care when, but at least once a day, you deliberately choose to affirm these ideas to yourself. You can write them down. I am creative. I am kind to the people I love. I take good care of the people around me. I love to create and I feel energized and at peace when I do. Things like this. And they have to be specific to you. Don't pick the things that I say because they are specific to me. Pick the things that are specific to you because these will be the most powerful. These will have the biggest impact on changing your beliefs and eventually your identity. And it's incredible once you start doing this, that you will find that your capacity for self-affirming statements will increase. At first it will feel very strange, very weird. You will feel strange about saying these things to yourself, about yourself. You're like, this is stupid. I don't believe this. This is so weird. Why should I say these things to myself? But realize that this is because your other beliefs are fighting. They know that you're trying to change them and they're fighting against it. They are resisting the change. Letting go is incredibly difficult and painful, and there will be a lot of resistance coming up. Your ego will not want to let go of its former selves. But you have to stay persistent. I am here to tell you that it is possible by doing it daily and by fighting through the initial discomfort. You will see that your capacity for self-affirming statements will grow. After doing this for a few weeks, you will almost start to feel natural doing it. You can even look at yourself in the mirror and say, you are powerful. You are amazing. You are strong. You are brave. You are courageous. It requires courage to question the assumptions that you hold about yourself. It requires courage, strength. So this is another affirmation you can already think of once you make the decision to change the beliefs you hold so deeply about yourself. Understand that you're intimately attached to them and you will have to be willing to let them go in order to change them. And changing them takes time, commitment, daily practice. And you will see over time, you will start to have moments where you think to yourself, maybe I am worthy. Maybe I actually can pursue my dreams. Maybe I actually deserve to be in the relationship that I imagine myself to deserve. Maybe I can actually attract the people into my life who will treat me with the same respect like I am treating myself. And you will have to first be the one to do that. You have to be the first one to affirm to yourself that you are strong and powerful. Because if other people do it for you, you will either grow attached for the wrong reasons, you will look for their validation, and it will not be sustainable. It will be totally different if you are convinced that you are strong and powerful and somebody confirms that, than if it's going to be the other way around. Somebody tells you that you're strong and powerful and you don't actually really believe it. So you hope they will say it more, so you think you will eventually start to believe it. But if you go about it the other way around and you work from the ground up, you start with yourself, then every compliment that somebody gives you, it will land so much more powerfully, and it will serve as confirmation for the things you're already working on. So a second additional tool you can add onto discovering your daily thoughts, unraveling your beliefs, and eventually rebuilding your identity is by looking for a few statements that you believe about yourself, and then looking for proof to these statements. For example, you say, I am creative. Become aware of the times you actually are creative. Once you have made a drawing or a painting, or you uploaded a new photo on your social media that you're proud of, I don't know, whatever it is, consciously register this as proof for the fact that you are creative. Same thing with I am kind. Notice every time you act kindly towards a stranger, towards a family member, towards a friend, towards yourself. Take note. You can even keep a journal where you write these things down, and after a few weeks, once you pull out your journal or your note or whatever it is where you keep track of all the things that prove these beliefs, you will be blown away by the amount of proof, by the amount of evidence that supports the statements you are making to yourself every single day. And this will reinforce what you are repeating to yourself every day. And this will eventually allow you to transform your identity in a new one, which is so much more aligned with who you truly are, with who you are supposed to be, with your potential being self-actualized. Because you are worthy. You are worthy. You have been told differently day after day after day, year after year, by either other people or yourself. Now it's time to change that. You have the choice. You can change it. It requires work, it requires effort. Letting go is not easy, but it is simple, very simple. So I invite you to take the things that I said in this video and apply them today. Take a sheet of paper after finishing this video. Right now, take a sheet of paper and write down 3 things you already believe about yourself. Write them in the present tense. I am X. Do it right now and commit to doing it for at least a few weeks. Don't expect instant results. It will take time, but it's worth it. You are worth it. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.